Hey guys, for a long time, the OLIGHT Warrior Mini has been my favorite everyday carry flashlight. It's tactical with the rear switch. It's got everything you could want with the forward switch. It's 1500 lumens, a great battery life with a nice 18650 battery cell on the inside. But OLIGHT just made one that's better. They came out with the OLIGHT Warrior Mini 2. Now they did make this a little bit more complicated because it does have a proximity sensor, but everything else on here is just the same as far as controls. It's a little bit larger, a little bit brighter, and has a little bit further throw. We're gonna go through this guy top to bottom. Stick with us. I have two of my original OLIGHT Warrior Minis right here. I think the matte makes this look a little bit smaller, but the matte in this is very cool. This one's called Winter, this guy's Summer. When you look at the new Warrior Mini 2 next to it, you can see that the Mini 2 is a little bit longer. Not much difference at the barrel as far as its size, but the front is a little bit larger. You have the same style of clip that goes on and off, but they also put a tail clip in here. If you want to put a lanyard or anything on here, this is also removable. It clips on just like the front clip. You have your tail switch, so you can push it lightly. It'll come on with low. You can push it hard. It'll come on with turbo. If you push lightly and hold, it's momentary. Oops, I did that wrong. If you push hard with this, comes on turbo, momentary. The front switch, if you push and hold, is going to take you onto a Firefly mode. From there, it's going to memorize whatever mode you have when you turn it back on, except for turbo. And then we can push and hold. We get low, medium, and high there. Double tap for turbo, and triple tap for strobe. So very simple, very easy to use, and it does not memorize strobe either. I like this light, 1700 lumens compared to the older Mini at 1500 lumens. The older Mini has 9025 candela. The new Mini 2 is 12,300 candela. Mini 2 is 220 meters of throw compared to the old one, 190 meters of throw. They both use the same battery, which is a 3.5 hour OLIGHT 18650. Now, a lot of people don't like the proprietary part of this, but the reality is if you're in this flashlight and you like the OLIGHT stuff, mostly because of its magnetic charging and everything else in the back, you know, it's what allows this tail switch and this magnetic charging system to work. So you can simply plug this in. This guy will charge at 2 amps right off this. Very simple, very fast. I like that stuff. Now the older Mini, which is still going to be popular for a lot of people because it doesn't have the proximity sensor, and if we look up top here in this, you can see the proximity sensor right up top. And that proximity sensor is really nice if you get this into a situation, especially indoors or outdoors. If you have the light that's going to shine back in this, the proximity sensor will automatically dim down the light. That's hard for me to show, and I actually have to get into an area where I'm pointing this right into Chrome in order for it to show well on camera. But it will dim the light in multiple different situations, but you have to have a significant amount of light coming back at the light for it to shut it down. So tactically or for your safety, it will shut it down in more extreme conditions. If you're just walking around and you shine this light next to you on a white house, it's going to keep the turbo. It's not going to just, you know, drop it at that point. You're going to have something significant happen for this to drop down, but it is also for safety. So that safety in here is going to cost you $10 more retail. So this is an $89 light. It is on sale at this point in time for $67.46. Well, it has a ton of sales, where this guy is a $79 light. So what I did a little bit ago is came in and just wanted to try some stuff out to see if we could get things to burn. And you can see here, if I can move this around, we already have smoke coming out of the OLIGHT Warrior Mini, the older model. And I do have this on a darker piece here, so that darker piece. But you can see there's a significant amount of smoke that's coming out. I don't think we're going to start a fire. We did get a burn mark there, right? Now if I bring this in and use this one, you can see right there it dimmed down, up, down. Now I can see that here. I think you can with the camera how it's popping out, but that proximity sensor here is going to stop that burning from happening also, so it's an extra safety. No matter what we do, we have to get quite a ways away for it to change. So that's not going to allow us to do any burning here unless we keep that light on a weird angle. And you can see what actually has to happen for that sensor, and it's not going to be super sensitive. So I think that's great. The OLIGHT Warrior Mini 2 is not the only OLIGHT to have a proximity sensor. The Fryer does also. And to be real, when I'm using the Fryer, I don't really even notice that it has it because I don't seem to get into those situations with that light where it would make a difference. Now, on an everyday carry light that's so small like this, I might run into more of those situations, and I've only had this light about a week. So I haven't had all the time in the world to test it out, but I can tell you indoors or in different places, outdoors, especially around chrome, it makes a huge difference, and it's nice. I like not having that blinding light come back at me, and when you do have something significantly bright coming back, this light's right on top of it to turn the light down almost immediately, so you hardly even notice that it does turn itself down because of the light that's pushed around. I like that. Would I jump out and upgrade to this light and just say, you know what, I need to have this new light? You know, I'm kind of a flashlight addict, so yes, definitely I would. But in the real situation, I got 1700 lumens, 12,000 candela here compared to 9,000 or 1500 lumens, 9,000 candela. I don't see a huge difference between the Warrior Mini 2 and the Warrior Mini at night while I'm just out walking around. There is a difference. If I have them both in my hands and I use one and then the other, there is a difference. I can see it, but I wouldn't notice it if I didn't have one or the other with me at the same time and I was using one, and it just wouldn't be that thing that's gonna jump out and be like, yes. What I do like is the ability to put a lanyard on the back of this with this little clip, and that's built in. And that is not something that you can do with the Warrior Mini. That's going to only come on the 2 model. It is removable if you dislike it, but it's there. There's a lot of cool features about this new light. Most of them are all the same as what you would find on the Warrior Mini, which I like. If you're used to using the Warrior Mini, this one feels almost identical in your hands, so that's cool. There's going to be a lot of colors. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to come out with this. So if you don't jump on it right away and get this black and blue model, you're going to see a lot more coming out, I'm sure, and they're going to have a lot more sales. Like normal, we'll always have our link in the description. If something is not on sale, there's a code down there to get 10% off, which is always nice. It helps fuel my addiction to these lights. This light, to me, is absolutely perfect. So if you don't jump out and buy it now, pick one up sometime down the road when it fits your colors and fits everything you like. I know some people don't like the magnetic charging on the back because this section here is what's magnetized, so you can pick up other models or other washers or metal fragments stick to it, but at the same point, for me just to throw this in my truck whenever I'm in there, charge it up for a little while and move on. This doesn't get much better. I know some people complain that there isn't a USB-C or another way of charging it. You simply have that alone, but most of us have some sort of 18650 or 21700 battery charger at home as a backup in case something didn't work or we can't find our charger. Either way, guys, love it. I think this is going to be cool, a great way of upgrading and a great way of getting into something. It's not going to come in time for Father's Day, but at the same point, we're too close. This thing is well worth picking up. As always, guys, we appreciate you watching this video. Please give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a great day.